Hey everybody, it's Jim with the Friday Video, and I'm in the warehouse. We're going to talk in just a minute to Mike, one of our great drivers. And I want to tell you first the words that our Vice President of Finance, Rick Stasisin, said in a meeting yesterday. We crushed it in December. Now, that's not your typical finance guy talk, but we crushed it. And it's all because of you guys. Certainly the people in the stores, people in the warehouse, people in the outlet store, all the people that are directly involved in retail, but also everybody else. Think where we would be if we didn't have people like Mike, drivers. What would we do if we didn't have people in human resources and in finance and in IT and all the different areas? Everybody has a piece of this puzzle that makes up Goodwill in general. And so all of us were part of that crushing in December. We had great results, and it allows us to help other people overcome challenges to employment, which is our mission. This week I was speaking somewhere and I told them about the 3 M's of Goodwill. We're more than a store. Our mission is to help people overcome challenges to employment. And our method by which we do that is by providing jobs and job training. So thanks to all of you for having a great December. On Monday, we're going to celebrate Martin Luther King Day. It's supposed to be very cold, so make sure you dress warmly, probably starting Sunday, Monday, Tuesday through Thursday of next week. Dress real warm. But remember to honor the memory of Dr. King. His famous I Have a Dream speech was given at a parade, not a parade, a gathering, a march on Washington, D.C. called the March for Equality and Jobs. So he was in our area helping promote jobs and job development. And so Dr. King's memory will be honored on Monday. We've got employee recognition awards coming up, and we've got our employee recognition banquet luncheon coming up March the 12th. So if you're able to make it to that, that'd be great. If you have nominations for employees who you think model our core values of respect and innovation, integrity, and commitment, make sure you send those names in with a description of how they model those values. Okay, let's get to Mike. Mike and I were talking this morning about where we first met, and Mike was working on the baling machine when I first met him, and you hold the record still for how many bales?
23 bales in one day.
One day. So he pitched in the other day because we were short on a baler, and you did 17. So you didn't break your own record, but it'll be hard to break that record of 23.
Right.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, Mike, and what your experience has been like at Goodwill.
You know, the experience with Goodwill, when I originally started, it was just for a job. But the more I worked here, I've become more passionate, and I love working for Goodwill. They worked with me. They're real flexible. You know, I really didn't even think I was going to stay here. And I'm really passionate about this job. It's something I really like. Breaking records.
Right. Not breaking our trucks.
No.
Yes. So did you grow up in this area? Did you come in from somewhere else?
I grew up in Mustang, but right before I turned 18, I went to Washington. And then I moved back just 4 years ago. And
Yeah.
been here at Goodwill for 3.5.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you're here. So you're a truck driver. Today you're going to Mustang or Ponca. You've already been to Moore this morning, right?
Norman.
14. Okay. So you travel a lot during the day. Tell us a little bit about what's your job as a driver.
Explain the job?
Yeah.
Loading, unloading. Sometimes the stores will have a dispatch, and then they'll say we're picking up this, but the time when they put their work orders in at 4, a lot changes. Mm-hmm. And the time changes from when they open until the truck gets there. And I try to accommodate all the stores. And I don't always take what's on the dispatch because a lot changes. And I just take whatever helps the store out.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have to be flexible. You have a structure, but you got to be flexible within the structure.
That's our job, anyways.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. One thing I'll just quick mention, Mike was a model in our first Work the Runway fashion show. And you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
They ended up putting Mike in a Pierre Cardin tuxedo that somebody had donated to Goodwill, and he looked like $1 million. I mean, I remember the ladies swooning. You know,
Oh, yeah, right.
you look great. All right, so advice that you would have for the rest of us on how to be a great employee for Goodwill.
The biggest thing is just work as a team. It makes everybody's job a little easier instead of putting all the weight on one person. If we work as a team, we're faster, more efficient. That's what I think. A lot of stores do really good as teams.
Yeah,
There's some that struggle, but they're working on it.
yeah, yeah. You know, it's so teamwork is always talked about, and we see it. You know, in Super Bowl games or national championship football games, one person might be a star, but it takes the whole team to win the game, and that's true in every area of our lives. So Mike embodies that. I was just talking to Ken, who oversees our drivers, and Ken was bragging on what a great driver and what a great person Mike is. So thank you, Mike, for all that you contribute to Goodwill. I think that's it for this week. Next week, I'll be in Dallas most of next week at some meetings for Goodwill International, but then I'll be back on Friday, so I'll try to come somewhere near you. And if you have any ideas for the Friday video, give me a holler. Anything else, Mike? Okay. All right. See you next week.